Hi there, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and for those of you who are new here, my name's Amy. I'm a full-time reseller, primarily on the Poshmark app. I've been doing this for over 10 years. I also dabble in other areas like Facebook Marketplace, sometimes on Cherish.com, and I also do local sales. So today I'll be doing a ship with me video, and all of these sales are from Poshmark from over the weekend. I was gone for a long weekend. I went camping and floating the river, and oh, it was just great. The weather was perfect. So I last shipped on Wednesday night. So these are sales from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I'm pretty happy with the sales that I had, especially for being on vacation, and I really didn't do much work at all, so that's great. I have one really exciting high dollar sale that I think you guys will be pretty impressed with, and of course I'm really excited about. So the first item is this Tommy Bahama silk shirt with this airplane embroidery on the back. Now, I don't always pick up Tommy Bahama, but some of their pieces are very nice, high quality. This is 100% silk, and I actually got this at the bins. I was walking around and someone had thrown it back. I watched them throw it back in the bin, and I thought it looked like silk, and I saw the embroidery, so I went over and grabbed it, and it was this piece. So because it looked special, I looked up comps, and there was comps on eBay from like $60 to $125. So of course I grabbed it, and I believe I originally listed it for $125. And I got some really low offers, like $20, $30, but no serious offers until this one. I had sent out offers, and I think I had reduced the price a little bit. When this buyer offered me $75, I decided I thought that was great, and I would go ahead and take it. This bins haul, I paid $1.65 per item. So that made my net profit $58.35. I am thrilled with that, especially for something that I don't always pick up. But I picked up a few other Tommy Bahama pieces that had nice quality fabrics like cashmere and silk, and I have always done well with those. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in a box, and I'll go ahead and seal up all the boxes off camera just so you don't have to listen to my tape, and so it saves a little time. Okay, the next item is this vintage tooled leather belt, and this is kind of unique because it has the flowers on it, and as you can see, it does have some wear and distressing, but people don't seem to mind that. Seems like they actually kind of like the worn-in look. So for these genuine leather belts, I will still pick them up even if they do have distressing. I had this listed for $39, which is typically what I start my belts out, and it was a full price sale. Always gotta love that. I had paid $3 for this at a thrift store, so that made my net profit $28.20. That makes me very happy. If you haven't watched my videos before, you'll see that I am always selling belts, and I love picking up belts. They are a great bread and butter item for me. I like to use this 1096L box. It's just a little bit larger than the small flat rate box, so it just fits the belts a little bit better. Okay, the next item is another belt, and this is a Chico's belt. I like to pick up these Chico's belts when they kind of have this 90s Southwest style. I tend to do pretty well with them, and I typically actually list them under the brand name Vintage instead of Chico's. And I just put in there that I'm not sure of the exact name, or the exact age, excuse me, but that it has a 90s vibe to it. And I haven't had any complaints yet. So I had this belt also listed for $39. A buyer offered me $15, I believe, and I counter offered $22 and they accepted. I was happy with that. I had paid $2 for this at a thrift store, so that made my net profit $15.60. Like I said, belts are bread and butter items, so if I can get in that, you know, $15 to $20 range, I am happy with that. Okay, so the next item is this pair of Lululemon leggings. I think these are, I can't remember, I think these are the Wonder Under, but they kind of have this unique print, and it took me forever to find what this print was called. But I asked in one of the Poshmark groups, and there was a really lovely gal in there who went down a rabbit hole trying to research the name of this print for me, and she found it. I thought that was so sweet of her. I always like to try and do my own research, and you know, I looked, did I already say I looked on Lulu Fanatics to see if I could find this print. And I tried looking at the numbers on the size dot, but I think this one just didn't bring up anything, if I remember correctly. So I got these listed, and I think I started them kind of high, like $69, because I thought they were a rare print. But they didn't end up selling, so I had reduced them. And the buyer ended up offering me $39. Actually, no, I sent out offers to likers for $39 with discounted shipping. And I had paid $4 for these at a thrift store, so I was happy to get $39 when the buyer accepted. So that made my net profit $24.52. I'm just going to use this Tyvek envelope. These are great for less bulky clothing items. They're really quite durable and water resistant. Okay, so the next item is this teeny tiny little Statue of Liberty charm for a charm bracelet. You could also put this on a necklace if you want. And this is sterling silver. I like to pick up these little sterling silver charms when I see them at yard sales and estate sales. Sometimes I'll buy a bracelet full of charms, and then I remove the charms and sell them each individually and sell the bracelet individually. I tend to get more money for it all separately than I do if I sell it as a whole charm bracelet. So I can't remember what I had this listed at. I think maybe $25, $26. And I sent out offers to likers for $22 with discounted shipping. I had paid just $1 for this at a yard sale, so that made my net profit $16.60. I usually sell these charms between $12 and $40. So because the price range is so large, I try and keep my cost of goods under $2 for this type of thing. And that's served me well so far. Did I already say my net profit was $16.60? I am packaging it up in this little box. These are from the dollar store, and they're actually for food storage. They're usually on the end caps at the dollar store, but I pick them up because they end up being only about 12-13 cents a piece. And people, I get all sorts of great reviews and comments saying how much they love the little box that I use to package it up and that they can reuse it. So I think that is awesome. Okay, so the next item is the really exciting item. So this is a natural gold nugget. Now, when I purchased it at an estate sale, I purchased it on this is another charm. I purchased it on a full charm bracelet. It was all gold. It had all gold charms on it. And I was told that this was an Alaskan gold nugget. I'm not sure, I couldn't verify that it was actually from Alaska. So what they do is they find these raw, and then they add the little teeny bail there so that you can wear it on a bracelet or on a necklace. I had originally listed this for $1,295 when I first got it, and I started to get low ball offers on it because these can have quite a high value. So and the low ball offers kind of came in all at the same time, and so I decided to delete the listing and relist it higher. So I increased the price to $1,895. And at that time, gold value, gold is a commodity, so the gold value was up at that time. And I thought that increasing the price would hopefully deter people from making those low, silly offers. So this buyer offered me $1,200, which is what I had originally hoped to get. So I decided to go ahead and accept, which I'm just thrilled with. I had paid $800 for the whole gold bracelet. And that's a lot. That's a lot of money to pay up. But I knew the value of the bracelet itself and all of the charms, and so I did it. I ended up selling just the bracelet. I removed all the charms, so just the bracelet. It was very heavy. I sold it for $1,600, and then I've sold all the little charms. Yeah, all of the other charms are sold except for one and this one. So this is pretty much all profit. But what I'm going to say is that there was the bracelet and the 9 charms. So I'm going to divide the cost by 10. So I paid $80 for this charm. So that made my net profit after Poshmark fees $880. I am thrilled. I will say that this took a long time to sell. I think that I've had this for 2 years or more, but that's fine. I was more than willing to wait for the right buyer to come along and pay, you know, what it's worth, basically. Because if you look up this type of thing on eBay or other areas, you'll see that these have really good value. So what an exciting sale. That makes me so happy. And I think, you know, the buyer is going to be excited. This will go to Poshmark headquarters first to be verified because it's over $500. So that is a nice safeguard, hopefully, you know, to protect me from a potential scammer. They verify it and then they send it to the buyer. Okay, so that's all. Excitement's over. Let's move on to the next regular item. So this is a really cool belt buckle, and I used Google image search to look up what this was, and now I've forgotten what it's called. I think it's called a Garuda, but this is a heavy buckle, either brass or bronze, and I listed it for $39 just because it was so unique. And the buyer paid, no, you know what? Actually, I'm wrong. I listed it for more than that, and I sent out a $39 offer with discounted shipping, and the buyer accepted that. I had paid $2 for this at a yard sale, so that made my net profit $26.52. I'm going to double bubble wrap this just so it doesn't get damaged in transit. And I'm going to use a small flat rate box for this. I'm also going to add a little bit of tissue paper just so it doesn't rattle around in there. The next item is this sterling silver and cubic zirconia band ring. This is stamped 925 on the inside. And this was another item that I sent out, a buyer liked, and I sent out an offer for $37 with discounted shipping. The buyer accepted that. I had paid $3 for this at an estate sale, so that made my net profit $23.92. I'm very happy with that. I like to pick up jewelry also as a bread and butter item, and sometimes you hit the jackpot and get some, you know, really high value items like that one. So Did I say that made my net profit $23.92? I'm going to use this padded flat rate envelope. I like to use that for my jewelry. Okay, the next item is this cute vintage white wicker purse. And I don't know if you can tell, but this is slightly misshapen, slightly asymmetrical. And of course I did include that in the listing, but when you're carrying it, you really can't tell. I just picked it up anyways because I thought it was cute. It's probably from the 1960s. I had this listed for $39, I think, and I sent out offers to likers for $32 with discounted shipping, and a buyer accepted. I had paid $5 for this. So that made my net profit after Poshmark fees and my cost of goods $17.92. I like to usually have a little bit higher net profit. I like to keep it over $20. But I think when I picked that up, I didn't realize that it was misshapen. But you know, profit's profit, so, and it all adds up. So I am happy with that, and I'm happy that someone is going to love it even though it is not perfect. Okay, I'm going to use the large box number 7 for this. I use this a lot for handbags and coats, and I will add, I might even bubble wrap that purse off camera, just because that wicker I think can be a little delicate. Okay, the next item is this J.Crew black leather pouch wristlet, and I had picked this. It came with a leather J.Crew tote, and I picked it up at TJ Maxx, and it was $25 for the purse and this wristlet, and I picked it up to resell because it's super nice leather and it was only $25. I separated this and listed it separately from the tote. I sold the tote for $99 on its own. And so this I sold for $25. I'm gonna call my cost of goods 0 because I've already made all that profit on the purse. So that made my net profit for this $20. Now, other people had picked this same purse and wristlet up at TJ Maxx. There was quite a few listed, but they had used the stock photo as their primary image, and I didn't think the stock photo was that great. So I took a really nice photo and used that as my primary image, and I ended up being able to sell it for a higher amount than most other people did. So using a stock photo isn't always the best. I did put the stock photo in on the 3rd or 4th photo or something like that of the tote. So I am happy with that sale. On occasion, I'll do retail arbitrage if I'm there shopping for myself and I see something that I think I can make money on, then I'll pick it up. Okay, so the last item for today, I will be back in a couple days to show you what else I sold. Oh, and before I do this, if you're enjoying my videos, I would so love it if you would hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. It'll tell you when I publish new videos. If you can like this video and comment below, that really helps me out. It helps boost my videos in the YouTube algorithm, so it suggests my videos to more people so more people can see them. And I'm really trying to grow my channel, and it just encourages me when you guys leave those kind comments and like the videos. Okay, so the last item is these pair of Dr. Scholl's wood wedges. Now these are inspired by the vintage clogs, Dr. Scholl's clogs from, I think they're from the 60s and 70s, but they redid these because they were popular, and they were sold at Nordstrom and Anthropologie. So I picked these up for $4 at the Goodwill, and I don't remember what I originally had the listed for, but I sent out an offer for $37 with discounted shipping. So after Posh fees, that made my net profit $25.60, which I'm very happy with. So that's all for today. I will see you in a couple of days and show you what else I sell. Hi, I'm back to show out my sales from the last couple of days, and I have some interesting items that sold. Not very many, but cool things with decent profits. So let's get started. I am a little short on time today, so I'm just going to show you the item and talk about it, but not put it in the box or whatnot. So the first item is this delightfully tacky dress, and this is by Jam's World. So you want to keep an eye out for this vintage Jam's World tag, because this brand is collectible, and you'll see that they make dresses, they make blouses, they make men's shirts, and I believe it's from the 80s, but people really seek it out for some reason. I'm not sure what it is exactly, because I think it's a little bit tacky, but you know, I grew up in the 80s and 90s, so maybe I'm just not up to on the current styles. But anyways, I picked this up at a thrift store for $7 because I saw that Jam's World tag, and I knew that they had good resale values. When I looked at comps, the comps weren't very good on Poshmark, but there were some really good comps on eBay. So I just went with those higher dollar amounts that I saw on eBay, and I listed this for $89. And I listed it, I don't know, maybe it's been 2 to 3 weeks ago, but this was a full price sale. So I just put as many keywords in there as possible, and I did say vintage, and this had a floral print and surrealism. I looked at some of the high comps on eBay, and I added some of the keywords that they had to my title. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my net profit $64.20, which I think is awesome. I love it when I have high profits like that, because that means I can source, process, and sell that one item instead of 3 items. Again, I wish they all were like that, but it doesn't always turn out like that, and it's not always easy to find those types of things. So the next item is another vintage dress. Now this one's probably from the 60s. It's just a kind of a Barbie pink color, but I picked it up because I really liked the details. I liked the neckline. It has some great darting, and it's really a fit and flare shape. Plus I thought the color was great. So I listed this for $59. And let's see, I'll show you the label too. I think when I ended up looking up this Leslie Faye original label, there were some decent comps for it. So that's why I listed it at the $59. There was no fabric content tag on this or size tag. So when that happens with vintage, which it does a lot, is I just take the measurements. If it's in my size range, I'll try it on, and I'll say estimated as a size small to medium or whatever it is, and then I include as many measurements as possible. I will list it in multiple sizes as well, and I'll also indicate that in the listing. And then so I put feels like polyester or polyester blend, but there is no fabric content label. So people, you know what they're getting, and I'm very clear in the listing. So I listed this for $59, and I can't remember if I sent out an offer or a buyer offered me $53, but it sold for $53. I had paid $5 for this at a thrift store, so that made my net profit $37.40. I think that's wonderful. Now, not all vintage dresses will sell for higher prices, and oftentimes vintage takes time to sell. So I think I'd had this listed for maybe 5-6 weeks, which really isn't terribly long for vintage. So when you see me selling these vintage items for higher dollar amounts, typically it takes time for the right buyer to come along who is willing to pay that higher price. If you are a turn and burn seller, which is great, then you could price it at a lower price. You know, if I had to price that at $35 or $39, it probably would have sold super quick. I just am more of a long tail seller, and I like to wait for a higher dollar amount instead of selling quickly for a little bit lower dollar amount. Anyways, I just want you guys to know when I talk about vintage that oftentimes it does take time to sell to get, you know, to achieve a higher price. So the next item is just this costume jewelry bracelet, and it kind of has a Southwest tribal look to this. Someone gave me a little bag of jewelry and this was in it, so I wouldn't have purchased this because it's not vintage, it's not any sort of precious metal, it's just totally costume, and it's hard to sell lower priced items like that on Poshmark because of the shipping fee. So I think I had this listed for $15, and it was listed for a long time. I mean, a long time. The buyer offered me $12, and it was free. So my cost of goods was $0, and that after Posh fees, that made my net earnings $9.05. So that is it for today. It wasn't really great the last couple of days on Poshmark for me, but I guess I did have some higher profit items, so I can't complain. And I'm just going to keep listing, and I listed some more items, some more hard good items this week on Cherish, because I have a huge death pile of hard good items, and I need to kind of make up for Poshmark being a little slower for me than it used to be, and I'm gonna have to start focusing on that more. But hopefully you guys will enjoy seeing my hard good sales too. You know, it'll be another area that you can learn about if you're just a clothing seller right now. So you know, I always want to do things that will help you learn and make more money. That's what we're in it for, right? All right, so I will be back in a couple of days to show you what else I sell this week. See you then. Hello, I'm back to ship out my sales from the last couple days, and let me tell you, it's been rough. It's been 3 days since I shipped last, and I didn't have any sales for 3 days. And then this morning I had 2 sales. So I want to share that because I want to be real, and I want you guys to know that you know, even people who are full-time, who normally have regular sales, have rough days and slow days, and I'm not sure why I didn't have any sales. I've been listing regularly, I've been sharing, I sent out 20% off offers on my entire closet. I think that's the only reason I got these 2 sales. So I'm not sure. Maybe people are taking their last vacations of the summer, or, you know, people are just continuing to kind of tighten their purse strings because of the higher gas costs and food cost, which is, you know, it's affecting me even. So anyways, enough of that. I will share with you what I did sell, which I'm very thankful for. So the first item is this pair of vintage Christian Dior demo eyeglasses. So I don't know if you can see that, but they kind of have a turquoise color, and then there's the little Christian Dior logo on the side, and then it's written on the lenses. So I went to a estate sale. If you guys haven't watched my other videos, I've already sold a couple of these, but I went to an estate sale of an optometrist, and I was looking around and I was pretty disappointed because there wasn't much there. And then I saw this card table full of eyeglasses, and there was some people crowding around it, so I went over there and took a closer look, and I picked up a couple of pairs, and I saw that one pair said Christian Dior. So I started quickly looking for others that were Christian Dior. They were priced at $5 a piece, and I ended up finding 30 pairs of these Christian Dior frames. Some of them had no lenses, and some of them had the clear demo lenses. I think one pair actually had a prescription in it. So I bought 30 pairs at $5 a piece, and I immediately regretted it because I'm like, what are you doing buying all these that you have no idea about? You know what I mean? I just saw that name brand and I got excited. And so I thought it was going to be a big mistake, but it's been maybe 3 weeks to a month ago and I've gotten them all listed, and I've already sold 3 pairs. So I sold one pair for $50, another pair for $90, and then this pair sold for $95. So I am, you know, I've made my money back now. So all the other ones will just be profit. So out of that $150, so I still have 27 pairs left to sell. So it ended up being a good thing. It may be like a long, you know, long tail sale where they just kind of trickle in and, you know, I make money as time goes on, but they don't take up much space. And so I'm thrilled with that. I'm now glad that I did pick them up. So like I said, these sold for $95. I paid $5 for them. So that made my net profit $71. I am thrilled. Sometimes it is good to kind of go out on a limb and try new things. And sometimes it doesn't work out. So I'm glad it is in that instance. Okay, so the next item is this vintage kind of 1980s leather and wool tweed jacket. And you see it kind of has these dolman bat sleeves. And I just picked this up because it was so iconic 80s to me. And I just thought it was really unique. The Goodwill had this priced at $9.99, but I didn't really, or $8.99 maybe, but I didn't really want to pay that much. So I just waited to see if it would go to 50% off day, and it did. So I only paid $5 for it. I had it listed for $89, and I had sent out that 20% off offers to likers, and somebody counter offered $50. I had it listed for a little while since winter time, and so I decided I thought that was reasonable. I thought $50 was pretty good for a vintage jacket. So because I paid $5 on it after Poshmark fees and my cost of goods, that made my net profit $35. I am not going to complain about that. I will take it, get this wrapped up. So, you know, the reason I shared with you, you know, about not having sales for 3 days is that if you are thinking about going full-time as a reseller, just know that this business is, you know, it can be like a roller coaster sometimes, and you really have to prepare yourself and just stay positive and know that if you keep working, that, you know, it'll go down, but it'll swing back up. And after you have some terrible days, you could have some really great days, or after you have really great days, like I sold that really expensive item earlier this week, that sometimes, you know, you'll have a dip in sales, and you just have to be prepared for that. And, you know, kind of, you really have to budget. And when you have those big sales, you can't just go out and spend it like it's extra money. You've got to save it for the slow times. So anyways, I really love doing what I do, but it can be hard sometimes, and I just want people to know before they, you know, go feet first into something that it's not all sunshine and roses all the time, and you really have to be self-motivated and be able to stay positive and keep working even when sales are not good. You just can't get discouraged. It took me about 2 years of doing this full time to learn that, and I'm so glad that I didn't give up, because I have been a full-time reseller for over 10 years now. So I'm so proud to say that I've been self-employed for that long, because it is not easy. So Okay, well, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed my little TED talk there. Maybe I didn't need to do that, but anyways, thanks for tuning in. And if I haven't already mentioned it, if you're enjoying my videos, I would so appreciate it if you would hit the subscribe button, ring the little bell, and it'll tell you when I upload new videos. I try and upload once a week, but I have not decided on a specific day. I just do it when I have time. Give this video a thumbs up, it really helps me, and comment down below. That also really helps boost my videos in the YouTube algorithm, so they'll show my videos or suggest my videos to more people, so it really helps me out. So thank you so much. We'll see you next time.